If you're under 25, you're the majority, and you can run the country.
The President of the United States.
President before he's 25. Following a campaign that broke every rule in the book, people went wild. Wild in the streets. Starring Shelley Winters.
I've been under the care of an LSD therapist.
Christopher Jones. Diane Varsi. Al Holbrook. Richard Pryor. And guest star Ed Begley.
You raised up this monster at your rally. Your idea, Belli. Now, you two make your shaggy little monster behave and then get rid of him.
Kingman, hey. Hey, King. Touch me, man. See if you can change the hook back to a hand. I love it.
I think he was fake.
He lived like a young monarch. And listened to the voice of the young.
We suggest that the required age for a representative be 14.
Good morning, people. Hey, gather round, you people. Got something to say.
We're gonna make 30 a mandatory retirement age. We're gonna psych them all out on LSD, babies.
The Queen is receiving me! The Queen! My country sends of me! Sweet land of Virginia! Sweet land of liberty! Of the unseen!
You give me the tools, you give me the laws, give me the power!
Nothing can change the shape of things to come. But nothing can change the shape of things. Nothing can change the shape of things. Nothing can change the shape of things. Nothing can change the shape of things to come.
All right, let's get wild in these comic book streets. Let's go. Hello, 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 everybody. How the heck is everyone? I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic book son, Marcus, also known as Circumstances. And we do this thing every week that we call the Wednesday Comic Book live stream. And it's brought to you by the Alternative City Shop. I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
So don't come after him. Link is in the video description if you're interested in that, guys. Definitely get down there and click it. Check it out. Get you some original Lorenzo stuff. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
There you go. Hey, yeah, just a little bit of the wild in the streets from my past. A little aside about that movie. Nobody's ever heard of it. It was probably the third movie I'd ever seen in my life. I think I saw Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Dr. Dolittle before that in my class. And my auntie took me to see this like one Saturday because she felt pity on me because I never got out. And my cool auntie, bless her heart, and she didn't know what the hell this movie was about any more than I did. And we both sat there in shock, like, what the hell is happening? It was just the craziest thing I'd ever seen. It's like almost naked ladies and cursing and stuff. You know, it's like it was rated M back then. Those days they had an M rating, but I think that eventually became PG-13. So they thought the M thing for mature wasn't working so well. But yeah, Wild in the Streets. I meant to put a link in the description below, but I'll put it in later. But it's free on YouTube if you want to take a look at this crazy movie. I have it on DVD, and just in case you're wondering, it's quite entertaining.
A young-looking Richard Pryor in there. That was cool.
Young Richard Pryor, sans mustache, and Shelley Winters, Hal Holbrook. It was some decent names in there.
Yeah, Richard Pryor is the only one I knew that you said.
Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor. Yes, he was the only one. He did not
young one.
Yeah, man.
I was the same way as you and your auntie. I was like, what am I watching, dude? What is this?
Oh my God, I remember that so vividly. I had to share that with you folks. You're welcome. How the heck are you, Marcus?
I'm doing well. We got the homie Phil's Treehouse in here early. One of our regulars. We appreciate you so much. There are plenty of good seats for all. Please, no pushing.
That's right. They'll come after you. Oh, I know you guys cared. Oh gosh.
He plays that Ed McMahon role so well.
He does. He does indeed. Oh,
you
man.
think nobody cares about you? Try missing a couple of payments.
Yes, that's what I was meant to talk about. Yeah, that's the one right there. They'll come looking for you. All right.
Point. We got Fatty Boom Batty, aka John Stout, in the house. PNW is reinforced tonight and well represented. What up, John? My flavored whiskey brother, 80s guy, is in the house. What up, 80s guy? I appreciate the super chat so much, man. Very cool of you to do that. And good to see you, as always. Another one of our regulars, along with John Stout and Phil. We got the lovely Miss Janet here. So I do think we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Janet's here. We're going to make it through. We also have the homie TN Comedy, a.k.a. Thomas Nickel Comedy. Check him out, both his comedy and his comic books. He's doing both. He's giving you both. Check out the homie for sure on YouTube and Instagram.
Yep.
We got the comic book YouTube OG, the man, the myth, the legend, one of the most generous and kind men in comic book YouTube. Sleepy Reader 666, aka Damien, the homie. Good to see you, Damien. It's an honor.
A great human being.
He knows my name. He knows who I am. Isn't that cool? What up, Damien? Thanks for joining us. Always good to see you. Space Case Collectibles is here. What up, Space Case? Happy New Comic Book Day to you. Always good to see you. We have my Discord brother, Benny Compton, is in the house. What up, Benny, baby? Always good to see you, my man. I talk to Benny every day. We got Larry Love, also known as.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm falling behind here. It was Benny.
Also, hey, Benny. We got Larry Love, also known
as DJ Larry Love on the Quiet Storm, bringing you the hits, playing the tunes.
I was skipping a lot of people saying hi to each other. Sorry, I skipped past that. What up to all the homies? It's always a joy and a pleasure to see the regulars, the people who might be here, the people who make it a point to be here. We appreciate all of you.
And hello to those who are watching on the replay. Thank you for watching on the replay. I appreciate you. Man.
Trying to say something crazy for you. So you have something.
Another late check-in, my man. 90.
Oh, what up, 90?
90 MFC.
Hold me now. Another one of the homies.
Yes.
What's going on with? Nothing's going on with me, man. I got no drama. You know, we could talk about Sticky Goose, which I'm sure you have no idea what any of that is. Sticky Goose came back and made a video.
Only when you mention his name, I have heard about him.
He attacked Jim Mint.
I thought he retired. I'm stunned that he did not stay retired.
Yeah, everybody was stunned. But that's the only drama going on in these streets. I talked about it a little bit last night, but nobody cares. I don't really care either. I need juicier drama to get the juices flowing. But yeah, that's everything going on in these streets. Planet Comic Con's coming up quick. I'm trying to get my money right. I might sell my 8.5 ASM 300 newsstand.
Really? Why would you do that? Just,
I don't know.
you don't want it, or just just want
yeah, give me some Planet Comic-Con money type stuff,
Makes
but
sense.
I don't know. We'll
you
see.
swap it out and use that for get fresh books and some books that you might want. Yeah, so
I'm a modern comic collector at my core. I'm a modern indie comic collector. I mean, really more than anything.
likewise.
So.
Likewise.
It's what I like to do. So, the ASM 300 is really cool, but maybe someone else would appreciate it more. We got John's Comics with Kids in the hizzy.
Hey, John, what's happening?
I think a name change is imminent with that guy, John's Comics without kids. I suggest just John AF.
John AF.
So have
a ring to it.
Have AF in the same font that you have kids.
Yeah.
Maybe even have John's Comics and then have with kids crossed out and then just put AF right there. Dude, I'm giving you a hot fire right now, John. You're welcome.
Exactly. No charge.
No, it's free of charge.
Oh, they're consulting. No charge whatsoever. That's amazing. Speaking of cons, man, what is it? Emerald City is coming up this weekend, and I'm so.
You guys have Tynan? There's Tynan there, or maybe it was Joshua Hickson that's there. Actually,
I don't know, man.
I think it is Hickson that's there.
Is it bad that is it bad that I don't even know who's there because I don't feel like making the trip to 60 miles north of Seattle.
Yes.
I just don't feel like traveling this I'm just not in the mood to travel just yet.
It is bad. What up to the homie Brian LCS?
Hey, Brian.
The Kickstarter is on its last days, I believe, right? Brian, you got funding, but we still have a little time left, if I recall correctly. We'll take a look here. So plug in for that. I'll get the link in the chat, guys. Doctor Issue 2, 5 days left. Yeah, so we still have time. Awesome. If you guys are wanting to back an indie comic, this is your chance to do it.
It's your chance. And everybody's
wishing Brian LCS.
I don't see Perry, but wherever you are, happy birthday, Perry.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Perry. Perry's probably somewhere
wherever you are.
Birthday stuff.
Yeah. Good for him. Enjoy that birthday.
He is younger than Image Comics.
You're giving me math problems now. I don't know.
I think Image is like 33 years old.
Okay. All right.
I won't give his age away, but it's younger than that.
Yeah. But John, you're farther away than I am. You're like 100 miles farther away than I am. You have a little bit more of an excuse not to come. But I don't know, man. I just I don't know. I just if it's not warm and toasty outside, I don't feel like traveling to any kind of a Comic-Con. I just don't.
Introvert.
Yep, I am.
If I come up there, you're going to the damn con. That's
Oh, there's a special occasion. I'm not going to drag my lonesome ass up there by myself.
Well, that's the best part of the con, though, is going to hang out with people. So if you had plans to meet up with Jack and Sleepy and all the homies, that makes it a lot more fun for sure.
That's what I love about the Portland shows. Yes, thank you, 90 MFC.
Mediocre at best.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Goodness.
Mediocre's not bad.
Thanks, Lorenzo. Thanks for backing me up there. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, son. You're way more than mediocre. The tip top. Doggone it.
Oh, I would quote Ted Lasso here, but you wouldn't get it, right? You haven't seen Ted Lasso.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, waiting for it to come on Netflix.
For the people who have, when Rebecca comes into the locker room and yells at Roy and calls him, says he has a hairy ass. Get your hairy ass in my office.
Oh, God.
And Roy is offended because nobody on the team backed him up and told her he doesn't have a hairy ass.
Sure.
Shout out to everybody that gets that reference. All right, moving on. We got Ethan Long in the house. What up, Ethan?
Hey, Ethan. Oh, they're having an indie Senate con. Oh, lucky you guys, man.
We love those indie books, baby.
Me too. Especially one that's, nearby, near me, I can get to very easily. I had a good time this past Saturday, man. Shout out to 80s Guy. I was just checking out 80s Guy's channel. Had it on the headphones. There's ambient sound in the background, and I was reading some indie comic books. Man, that was a good time. That was like a good like meditation comic book reading kind of experience. I recommend that. Check
Yeah,
out 80s Guy's channel.
if you check out 80s Guy channel, it is a nice, relaxing view
Yes.
of New York and the trains going by and the cars going by. It is, man.
And
It's nice.
ASMR, that's like, that's a big thing too. You don't have to look. You can look at it if you want, but you can just like listen. Oh, wow, that's just so soothing. I can imagine if I lived right there, I would be probably out on the patio or whatever, just listening to that. Beautiful, beautiful, man. Thank you for that.
Lorenzo Zocon. I like it.
Yes, let's get on that right away. Make it happen. Somebody, anybody. Zocon, like the Zohan, even or not. Yeah. So there it is. Looking good, looking good. So I'm not
I
gonna
have not seen Paradise season 1, Phil. Sorry.
take me down to the Paradise City. Paradise, I think, is on. I know I can get it on Hulu, I think. But I think I can get Paradise on Hulu, but I have not watched it yet.
I don't watch anything. I don't know what there's all these shows that people say are great, and I just like Silo, Landman. Silo's on Apple, I think. Landman's on Paramount Plus. People have been raving about that.
Yeah.
But I can't, for some reason, I can't be bothered. I don't know what my problem is. I'm becoming like you, Lorenzo, I think. I just can't be bothered.
Oh, man. I'm, that's the way it is, bro. Okay? If I gotta go too far to reach it, or I gotta watch too many episodes, it's not gonna happen. Or get one of these extra proprietary channels. I got enough of those already. Thank you very much. Hey, Jenny, how the heck are you? Good to see
What up,
you.
Jenny?
We got plenty of comic relief, plenty of comics, and lots of relief. You come to the right place. Hey, speaking of, have you watched anything yet? No spoilers, anybody, but has anybody seen any of the episodes of Daredevil Born Again yet? Just dropped yesterday.
No. People were watching that instead of my show last night, though.
Oh, the nerve.
Really, right? I'm a binger. I'm a binger. I like to read my comics all on a I like to watch my TV shows. So I'll binge it the week before the finale, and then I'll watch the finale with everybody.
Yeah. Well,
that's how I like to do it.
Try to avoid spoilers. That's all I can tell you. Man, I only watched the first episode, and I was up till 4:00 in the morning because I was late. I just discovered it. It's up. I gotta watch one episode.
So, first episode rating out of 10?
Man, kicking the hell out of a 9. Strong 9.
Oh, wow. And
Strong
then second episode out of 10.
I have not watched the second one yet. Don't even watch the first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're both an hour long, or close to an hour long. Yeah.
A 9 is a pretty good start.
Man,
I like it.
I don't want to say anything for any spoilers, but it hits the ground running, and it's good to see everybody back together again. But and the way that the way Daredevil moves now in this series, it seems even better than it was good fight scenes in the Netflix series, but this Daredevil moves more like he does in the comics. I think maybe they have more special effects at their disposal, a bigger budget. I'd imagine Disney has a bigger budget than Netflix. Man, that was. Watch it. I mean, I'm watch it whenever you can, but I know you're gonna watch it eventually. But
for sure.
you got a lot of spoiler folks on your channel, so somebody's gonna probably drop something on you.
Oh, I'm sure I'll get spoiled, but I'm okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah, so you don't mind spoil. I hate spoilers, man. I want to experience the thing right then and there. That's why I never do it to anybody else. I want them to have that same experience that I had. Like, whoa, what the hell just happened? I didn't see that coming. Well, it's coming. Like, okay, when is this going to happen? I knew that. It's
I'm
not
the kind of guy. I always see it coming anyway.
Well, not always as sharp as you are, my son. So we're mortals.
We got obscure comics and manga in the house. What up, homie?
That's a name I can get into right there.
Wish I could watch it. I don't have cable. Oh, well, you don't need
Hmm.
cable for this. You just need Disney Plus, but it is costs money.
Yeah, it's an add-on. One of the many add-ons that are out there. You know, you can get a package. You know, you can get a streaming package. Cable to me is like they're trying to get people back into cable now. Like, oh, you gotta watch it live. No, I don't. I don't even watch my ball games live. I watch either the highlights or I watch it on tape whenever I feel like watching it. It's happening when I decide it happens. You know, I don't need to be there for it to happen. They're trying to get you back into the. That's why we cut the cord in the first place. You know, we didn't want to have to do all that jazz. We want to watch it on our own terms. You know, so
Yeah,
your package you want. All right, go ahead.
it's not cheaper. You know, we all wanted to break up cable, but if you think about it, cable was a savings package, right? You got all these different things at a. Well, because if you think about it, if you go and get all these other streaming services, you're starting to rival the cost to get cable.
Yes, but remember, cable was not streaming. Therefore, if there was competing things on at the same time, so you had to watch it when they said you had to watch it. You couldn't like save it, you know. And the streaming came on later on. You know, it were like little certain things were streamed as part of the cable package, like you know, but not everything was watch when you want to watch. But now they say, okay, all right, okay, you cut the cord. Every network is going to have their own proprietary content. How you like me now? And you got to pay us all for it. So they got you. They got you again. They got us again. You know, so
I want to try this. I want to try this site that.
oh, you mean the torrent?
No, it's not a torrent site. I don't think.
Huh?
It's a tvpass.org that Phil put in the chat. I'll check this out.
Oh, did he? Oh, I can't see it.
So.
Oh, Tubi. Okay. Tubi is awesome though. Tubi is one of the next best things to having, you know, stuff. You just to, you know, watch commercials, but it's a lot of good content on there for free. So Tubi is happening. Watch a lot of stuff on Tubi. MST3K for one. They have a nonstop MST3K channel on there, which is pretty amazing. What else have they got on there? Oh my God, the Three Stooges. Their whole catalog is on there right now. All the shorts. What's this, Phil? Give me X number of channels. Oh, I mentioned the word X, and I got to pick them, and you give me a price. That would be like, you know, what do you call it? A la carte, I guess, that you can pick your own. You know, I don't want ESPN. I don't want this channel. I want to get this channel and that channel. You know, so that'll be more. But they want to sell you what they want to sell you, though. You know, you want you to buy this because because it's so funny that Tubi is also, I think, owned by Fox, which is ironic. That's why I was able to stream the Super Bowl on Tubi. That was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I live and die by my TV antenna. I get to watch all that stuff on there.
Yeah. We have to pay for ours here because we're so far out. We have to, you know, you can get like an antenna on your roof and all that, but it's got to be probably 100 feet tall to compete with all these these timbers we got out here, 100-foot tall spruces and cedars and what have you. So there's that. So streaming it is, but Daredevil Born Again, man, is off to a great start, and I honestly didn't even finish the last season of Daredevil on Netflix because it got to a point where it was just like each episode was like him struggling. Should I go back to the mask again? Should I do this? It was a crisis of conscience. Oh my God, stop it already. I mean, just do the math. I mean, do the mask thing and go back. Oh my God. I got half a season of that and a whole season of Jessica Jones I haven't finished. So I'm kind of behind on some of the stuff, but I jumped right in.
I finished all that stuff so long ago, I barely remember it.
I know. Have to rewatch it again. So we're in the same boat pretty much. That's crazy. It's for now 5. They had no in comic circles. Huh. Yeah, man. So yeah. So that's it. That's pretty much all the all the scuttlebutt that I can think of. Did you get your comics today, or you gonna go Friday or
I'll be
something?
going on Friday. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah,
Well,
wah.
I think there were books late again. So
Sorry, was that?
I said the books were late again, so I got struck again.
It's funny because I think ours were on time because this is one of the few times that I got this week's and last week's. So that's weird that we got them and you didn't. That's crazy. Guess you know the Fire Stick. Fire Stick. Oh yeah, Fire Stick is pretty cool. Fire Stick. Roku has a stick too. Roku's remotes suck though. We've been using remotes for Roku for a long time, but their remotes always end up dying or going out the worst possible moment and stuff like that. But any oozle. Yeah, John Stouts have been on time. So man, we over here across the mountains are getting ours on time. There's something's going on in Kansas, my friend. I don't know what it is. You gotta get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. We do my books here. And I only got 10. I got 10 from the shop, including this week's and last week's. And I think yeah, how was your remote, John? I always have trouble with their remotes. The remotes kind of suck. I used to like Roku a lot. I think they probably have been bought and sold, and they reduced the quality of the merchandise or something. And I don't know. I got all kinds of conspiracy theories about stuff like that. I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Some fine Colombian coffee.
Excuse me. Where do I go to get some fine Colombian coffee? I don't know, man. Let me tell you something. I don't know. Anywho, so the real guy in here somewhere. Oh, here he is.
Say good night to the bad guy.
Yeah, it takes me a while to get to the file sometimes, but eventually find them. Great classic movie. All right, so what do I got? Good question. Let's answer that real quick. J Clip, you know it, baby. It's all about the clips. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff for what's good too. If I can remember everything that I that I pulled for what's good. But that's going to be a minute. All right. The pull list, not as much. What's good? Definitely a lot. First thing is just the image catalog, which is nothing special, but all the image stuff is in there. I think Diamond, as if I'm understanding Frank correctly, has ejected image from their catalog or something like that. So
Really?
Yeah, they're circling the drain anyway, so no big deal. Meanwhile, image still here. All right. Only one marble, and that's as planned. Ultimates number 10. I'm a little bit behind on all the Ultimates. I've been catching up on a lot of the indies, so I catch up on Ultimates and Ultimate Spider-Man and everything Ultimate.
What if the DC Marvel crossover that has been announced is the Absolute Universe versus the Ultimate Universe?
That would be amazing, but I have my doubts that it's probably too soon. It's too soon.
I doubt it is, but that would be cool if it was.
That would be off the freaking chain. Don't put that, don't put that out of your mind for something happening in the future. I think it could happen in the future.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors about the Absolute Universe at least being a thing in some kind of a, maybe not in print, but because it's already in print, but maybe in some kind of a movie feature or a TV kind of a series thing. So for them to join, this is successful. I think this crossover they're having right now is successful. That would determine everything because they're both two monoliths who want to make money. So if it makes money, let's do it again. That shit work. Let's do it again.
If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
That's all it's about. A couple of DCs. That's the final issue of Batman Full Moon by
Rodney Barnes. Goodness.
Rodney Barnes. One of the best storytellers there are out there. The other one would be the Nice House by the Sea, number 6. which
I think that's probably about to go on break, right? So it's time for me to read that.
Likewise.
Read the first 6 issues.
Yeah. See what we think. This is worth continuing the next 6 issues. Yeah. So I read number 1. I'm probably going to have to reread it because it's been like almost 6 months. I have to reread it again. No worries. See, I was like, I'm the amazing Kreskin. You know, the next book, Batman. You know, I knew it. This next book, but you weren't thinking of this one though. Well, maybe you are. You're an indie obscure comics guy. Monkey Meat. What is this? The Summer Batch, number 1. Love me some Monkey Meat. Love me some Junie Ba. And this one is only $3.99. I was questioning, do I want to do another series of Monkey Meat? How different can it be? It was okay last time, but man, it's only $3.99 and it's on newsprint. It's got that newsprint smell. Oh yeah, I'm all in again. Bring them on, Junie. More Monkey Meat, please. Minky. Inspector Clistel was there. It's a Minky bite. Space Ghost. I am halfway caught up on this. In fact, it was part of What's Good last week. The Space Ghost is better than I thought, and I'm glad I didn't cancel it. It's like Batman in space, only it scratches a couple of itches. The Batman thing and also these nostalgia thing that a lot of us have for this character. And Ultra Mega from James Herron, who has a really crazy style, and this looks like his I better catch up on this too. Looks like his kaiju has found himself in space. Go figure. Kaiju's in space. Not so big now, are you? Yeah.
The book was gone for so long. It's crazy. It's back.
Yeah, it was.
It came out in 2021. I remember.
Yeah. There was a long hiatus between arcs, but then there was a kind of a break between I think this issue and the last issue, the previous issue. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure there was a planned break or not.
We had Swords Forge sneak in. I don't think I saw him get in here. We also got Mike De Bradley.
Hey, I see Mike. What's happening? Let's see Sorge.
Swords Forge was in here earlier, yeah.
Sorge, what's up, Sorge? Shout out wherever you are. We see you. We see you, brother. We see you. You are seen. All right. Tin Can Society, one of the best books nobody is reading. This is number 6, I want to say. Yep, number 6 of 9. Like 7 of 9, only her sister. Yeah, Tin Can Society is out of the Rick Remender Giant Generator, what do you call it? Their House of Ideas. Good stuff here. Getting pretty crazy, too. Just the way I like it. Last few. This is one that was close to being in Penultimate Book last week. There was no Penultimate Book last week. Not the case this week. You'll be happy to know. Those of you who are with bated breath for the Penultimate Book. Sword Forge. Wow. Blade Forger. I got Sword Forge on the mind. Blade Forger is from the Miranda brothers, but they know their rights. That's Frank, I stole your joke.
Yeah, you see what he did there?
Absolutely. Hey. All right. I'll be doing touring the Catskills next week. This actually has a wrapper. I mean, you look at this cover, it's like so not impressive at all. I was like, I mean, commented on that, while we were looking at it last week. But you open it up, it's a wraparound, or perhaps you say reach around, gatefold cover, which is okay. Now I get it. But initially, I guess it counting on people, I guess, picking it up in the store and just seeing that it's it's a nice little thing, rather than just one guy, with his ass turned, looking at the crowd like, hey, dude, you're facing the wrong way. What's going on? So now I get it.
I've read that one. I liked it. I'm actually working on a video for it. So it should be my next video.
I see. Now I'm excited. I'm glad I took the chance and picked it up. Like, you know what? these guys did We Live, and that was a great series. I was so into that, and the next series kind of fell. I can't just judge them on everyone has like fall, but you follow something great. It's always hard to follow it up with something that's also great. So this looks pretty good too. I look at the interior art, and that's what sold me, and the reach around cover too. All right, last couple is this is from last week. I want to say because I didn't get it. I'm pretty sure it was on last week's preview. Jump Scare from our guy Cullen Bunn. Cullen Bunn, a short series, maybe a 3-issue series, something like that, 3-4 issue series. So love the artwork here. Artwork is from Danny Luckert. Like, I think, yeah. And the last thing is this was last week for sure because it was on Tom's Countdown. Was it on Tom's Countdown? Or someone else? I think it was Tom's Countdown. This was the Space Ghost, the Space Quest, the Space Ghost and Jenny Quest crossover, Ashcan. So this is I've been having pretty good luck with the Ashcans lately. I've been picking them up. They're not worth a lot of money, but I love me some Ashcans. They're kind of unique.
Got that Mark Spears hype.
And the Mark Spears cover, baby. My Mark Spears karma just keeps rolling along. Those are some great covers. This one's pretty good too, but this monster covers are the ones that are really, really banging, in my opinion. If you ask me. All right, so without further ado, I think we're gonna just go right on into what's good. Before we end up make up against the 10 o'clock news.
Nothing from me, guys, but like I said, look for that Blade Forger video probably sometime tomorrow. It's my guess. We'll see.
We're looking forward to it, and you can check him out on Circumstances on YouTube and probably on Instagram too, right?
That's
You're gonna share it on there?
I probably won't put the video. I might put a reel, a short video of it on there.
Yep, for Shizzle Storage. He's printing money. Big time. Big time. All right. We were talking about how there's Perry.
Oh, there's the birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Everybody say happy birthday to Perry.
Happy birthday, Perry. There you go. How's that? What was that? That was crazy. That was crazy. All right.
He's living his best life right now.
That's the way to be. That's the way to be. Our friend Bueller, aka Travis, he's living his best life out there on the road. All right, let me looking at here. I'm looking at this demo scene thing. I was telling Marcus about like what? It's freak chatting it out. It's just a thing in the mixer. Don't freak out. Satan did not take over my voice. It's okay. I did not become possessed. A boy was possessed, as Richard Pryor would say. Anyway. I was talking about the this demo scene thing here. Just little I guess shop talk, but this new thing that's in StreamYard is kind of freaking me out here. It's just, my interface has become even smaller. I always complain about how the interface doesn't flow. Yeah, I was not like she looked. Oh shit, what's happening? But anyways, I digress. Let's move along with the what's good, folks, because that's all that matters. Hey, not wiping my nose at all. All right, so first thing I want to talk about is American Nature. This is from Floating World, and the guys Greg and Faker, the guys who are behind the Santos sisters are in on making this too. This might be their production. Maybe it's a Floating World collaboration. I think it is. And I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, and it has like really cool articles in it, and it's made from newsprint. I love the smell. It has like strips that you might not see, like there's a strip by Pat Rooks, cartoonist, in there. A strip that you won't find anywhere else. There's actually a pinup. Y'all know who Dave Sim is. Dave Sim of Cerberus fame, who almost doesn't what he does only stuff like on his own. You know, he's kind of doing some weird shit out there, but he doesn't do a lot of stuff for other people that I know of. And he did a Santos Sisters pinup, which is pretty outstanding there to get this guy to do something for you.
Nice.
Yeah. And then there's like what's this Nick Piles vid screen. There's another strip you won't see anywhere else. And there's some tips in here for like people like myself who make comics, like us indie comic makers. You want to make comics? Here's some tips on productivity. And Lord knows I can use all the tips I can use. And there's some that are actually, I'm going to try to implement and get more regimented and doing. I actually started drawing. I know that's nothing to see, but I have been drawing lately. You couldn't tell by looking at me, but I've been drawing and getting back into the swing and exercising the muscles again. And that's probably the first step among it. The biggest step, I should say, to getting back into it. And you are still my hostage. Stay in the box. This is by a guy named Nate McDonough, who talks about stuff in his collection that he pulls out and stuff that you may not have heard of, stuff that you may, like one of it is like the Heroes Inc. thing from, you remember, God, what's my man's name? The name just slips my mind. The hell is that guy's name? Oh, Wally Wood. Wally freaking Wood. God, he's a bleeding legend. Wally Wood did the Heroes thing, among other things. He did I think the first issue of Daredevil, but he was having all kinds of issues. He was late, and he was suffering from depression. You can read about his story and all that, but that Heroes canon, Heroes Inc. featuring canon, is a book that's like 55 years old, but it's still not worth only a couple of bucks because there's so many that were printed and they were distributed on bases, the military bases and stuff like that. But man, it's just a little hard to find books and things like that. Then there's this interview with one of my favorite people, the woman that did this book, My Favorite Things Are Monsters. And Emil Ferris, I met her at Danger Room. This is her work right here that really detailed cross-hatching and all that. Sweetest woman in the world. I mean, we had a line out the door, and she took all the time in the world to talk to everyone individually. Really cool person. My Favorite Thing is Monsters is something you should check out if you like stuff like that. So yeah, right on the Greg and Fake and Floating World Comics for putting this book out, worth the $6 in every cent, in every way that you pay for it, man. Love it.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, man, it's quite a publication. It's kind of like a fanzine, but more. All right, the one thing I was so happy about, well, not the one thing, the thing I was happiest about last week that I got from my comic shop was 4 kids walking to a bank. 4 kids walking to a bank. This is from Black Mask. Years ago, it's been optioned. It's really hard to find. I don't know if there's any second printings, or if you can find the trade, it's good luck, because the trade is almost as hard to find as the floppy issues. Yeah, it's kind of like this is the our guys Boss Mar, excuse me, and Rosenberg, Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg. If you know them from what's that, our favorite book, which is What's the First Place from Here, right? They're and this is kind of like I don't know, I'm gonna say the trial run for that, but it's got that same crazy pacing of the dialogue and everything. So it's got a lot of good stuff in there as far as that goes. And these are just 4 kids who are hanging around. They are good friends. They always meet up over at this girl who's kind of like the leader. Her name is Paige, and they play like role-playing games. They play like tabletop games, and the story begins where they're playing different characters. You think it's going to be like an adventure comic, but as it breaks down, they're actually this is their imagination that's going. And there's a guy, one of the guys, his name is what the hell is his name? Walter? No, Walter is the really shy guy. There's this other guy, I forget his name, but doesn't matter. He's always like this friend who's always saying some dumb shit. Like, shut up, man. But they all love him, and they can't do without him. Burger, his name is Burger. And even his family calls him Burger. Burger's his last name, so it's kind of weird. And so they're over there playing games one day, and someone knocks on the door, and there's like these 4 thugs, right? And they want to see Paige's dad. And they're like, well, who the hell are you? And they kind of like start threatening the kids, and Paige's dad comes out with a shotgun and gets them out of the house. But okay, they just let that go. But it turns out these guys are following them around town. They encounter them again and again. And they started to think that there's something going on that the dad's not telling them about, because dad's like, I don't know anything about these people. And it turns out there is a connection between those people. Dad knows more than he's letting on. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give away too much, because I got issues number 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming. I just found them on my comic shop for like almost cover price or less. The only number 1 is worth a lot of money, apparently. So I can't wait to see how the rest of this comes out and compare it to what's the furthest place from here. But this, man, we love that so much, and this is probably like maybe like the the test ground for that series.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and that's from what I say, Black Mask. So that's a probably low print run on that book too. Check that out. What's the first place? What's the first place from here is what we should really be checking out. But 4 kids walk into a bank. Look for that. If you can find this, buy it. If you can find the trade, even better, because you can read all 5 of the issues at once. I couldn't even find the trade, but another story. Next one up is
oh, sorry.
It's okay. Also, wasn't me. I didn't do it. Next one is from who's this? From AWA. This is Cam Girl. This is from the same person that gave us Red Light, which was also about a sex worker. And this is written by Sarah Cho and illustrated by C.P. Smith. Sarah Cho, I'll talk more about that in the back matter of what she talks about. This book is really closer to her heart than I kind of figure that she's got something going on with this, and this is really a subject that really means a lot to her. This woman, her stage name is, she has obviously she does internet cams, and she has a stage name, and first it's Kayoko. Kayoko is her stage name, and her real name is Danny. So she lives the fantasy that these guys all like these men who just keep feeding her money, who just want to like, okay, do this with the sex toy, and take this off and do that. She does that all day long, and she actually used to be in the business world, but she suffered what she called an event. An event happened with her, and she basically became a pariah in the field that she was in. And she saw this article about this girl who was like making like $10,000 a month doing webcam. Like, I can do that shit. I can. I have a naked body I love to show off, and I need money.
Me too.
I mean, nobody gonna pay to see you, man. You never know. You never know. I mean, depending what you're willing to do. All right. But I tell you though, I mean, you can't get mad at people for taking that money, because it's out there, and this is much more safe than being out in the street sex worker. So this is a different kind of a setup. And she met a boyfriend who, in her words, says he has a bit of yellow fever, but he's a good guy overall, she thinks, So life is looking up a little bit. And she decides one day that, you know what, I'm doing so well on this webcam thing, I'm going to have a meet and greet, which sounds like a horrible idea for this kind of industry. Like not like it's a Comic-Con kind of a thing. You've been naked in front of all these people, and some of them actually think that they know you. This is the problem. Then you get all kinds of weirdos who would do that. Not to say that everyone that looks at webcam is a weirdo, but let's face it, they're out there. if they weren't out there, we would have to be cautious about it. Marcus Webcam. Hey, I ain't mad at him.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Yes. So the meet and greet does not go super well. And from that comes she starts getting texts on her personal phone to someone who should not have her personal phone number, and identifying themselves as the knight in shining armor. Like, oh, the hell is this? And this knight in shining armor, all of a sudden, it's like he knows everything about her. He's following her or something. Like, she's being watched. Well, that's makes that whole meet and greet thing look kind of like the train wreck that it turned out to be. So there's a whole thing about that, and it's a one shot, which is so I love this. It's a one shot. You can just read it and be done with it. So I don't want to give away too much of it, but it's all resolved in the end. And what I wanted to say before was that Sarah Cho, she herself, this is her herself, it's in the back matter. She talks about how she had a similar experience to Danny, and she had an event in her life where she basically is a psychotic break, and she had a corporate job, and she got blacklisted from the corporate job, and she's had to she's lucky enough to do other things other than having to do the cam girl thing like the character in the book. But she lets a lot of insight go about how these characters, like in the sex worker book and in the cam girl book, uh, uh, people who are looked down upon in this society, and even just persecuted to some degree. And it's pretty interesting the way she talks about it. So it makes it a lot more personal that she writes about stuff like this, and she's open about it, because a lot of people would be ashamed of it, not just the being a cam girl or something like that, but just the mental illness part, because that some people that's been like something to be ashamed of. It's like that's like being ashamed if you have emphysema. Like, how dare you be sick? It's just the way this society sometimes looks down on mental illness and stuff like that. So good for her. This is the AWA book. Should be still in the shops. If you like this kind of stuff, if you liked Red Light, which was about the AI sex worker in the future, which was very clever, there was also a good book. Pick up that and pick up Cam Girl.
Interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I wonder if I could make a life that way. Look into it.
Now you got the wheels. The wheels are turning now.
I mean, if people can make money off their feet, why not me?
Why not you? Why not you, brother? Exactly. All right. This is one that was a penultimate book a couple weeks ago from our guy James T. Let this one be a devil. There's no one ever. But you see what that line comes in later on in the book, and it explains, and it makes sense why she said it. This one's written by James T. Illustrated by, who's this? All these James T books now, like the Deviant, they're printed on this like glossy paper. They're just like fingerprint material. Good luck getting one of these without a fingerprint. It's so super glossy, I can't even touch it. It's like it's gonna be worth $1 million or anything.
Got to put on the gloves. What up, D'Artagnan?
Hey, D'Artagnan, what's happening, buddy? Hey. Yeah, James T writes it, and also Steve Fox scripted it along with James T. And the artist from Peter Kowalski, colors by Brad Simpson, letters by Tom Napolitano. Napolitano, excuse me. This takes place in Jersey, somewhere in the swamps of Jersey, in the 1900s, early 1900s. This guy, he left his farm. Back then it was all farmland, you can imagine, early 1910 or such, I think it was. And he had left his home to go to the city. He educated himself, and he came back home to help his family, his mother and his brother. And there was a bit of resentment in the family for some reason, because it was good art too. They resented him, I guess. I know maybe they were jealous of him a little bit, I guess, because he left and because he's all this highfalutin educated city boy now, and he's no good at the farm and you can't lift a bale of hay and shit like that, It's like, okay, I'll do it, And so one night he's out, there's like a ruckus around the chicken coop, and he goes out there to inspect and see what's going on, and he takes the shotgun or the rifle, whatever it is, and he stumbles on this creature that's just ravaging all the chickens, just destroying the chickens, and he's like, what the hell? And the thing flies off, and he thinks he's seeing things. He can't believe it. His educated mind can grasp the fact that there was a flying devil that just ate up all the damn chickens. So, they gotta, start from scratch with the chickens. He goes into town the next day, and there's people in town who also have experienced this thing, and he buys a newspaper, and we start flashing back to the 1700s, where the legend, they believe, of the whole Jersey Devil began. And it was from this Leeds woman. Her last name was Leeds. She was the husband of this man, Mr. Leeds, who Mr. and Mrs. Leeds had like 12 children. That's back when people just keep them coming, baby. Keep them coming. There's more workers in the field. I don't care if your uterus falls out. 12 kids, keep them coming. Yeah, the more the merrier. So Miss Leeds is like going through, as she was going through her birth of her 13th child, Miss Leeds is like, damn, this thing won't come out. Oh my God. She's just like, just no, anesthesia and shit back then. And she's already cranked out 12 of them without anesthesia. So you think this one just like pop out, but nope, this one's giving him trouble. And she's just like, let this one be a devil. Like, uh-oh. So you know what happens there. And you can imagine what happens after that. So that's just the setup for the first issue. Then there's like another little short tale in the back. They like to do in these true weird stories. They have like a backstory, a backup story, I should say, as well, called Shattered and Shook. That's one of those little one-shot things. It was okay. It was more about oh God, what is it? Just about your average haunting or possession of a house. It was not anything super deep, but just like a little anecdotal story. But overall, this was a good start. I love this true weird stuff. The shiny covers, making it impossible to get a 9.8. That's okay. But that's what if you're looking for just a good story, let this one be a devil from Dark Horse. Off to a good start. Check it out.
Long live James Tynan IV.
Amen. Amen, brother. All right. Oh, you had a whole bunch. Only 2 more, though, so not a whole lot. This one is, we talked about it before. Howl number 2. This is from Ahoy Comics. Howl number 1 was great. It's from Alyssa Whitney is the writer, and Morissette does beautiful artwork in here. Beautiful artwork. And this is, I didn't realize it was kind of a, not autobiographical, but kind of from her past experience. In fact, the lead character in here is named after Elisa's mother. Her name is Zola. Zena. Zena is the name of the woman whose fiance is a writer, and she's experiencing, along with the other women who know these men. These men are acting all weird and shit, and they're meeting up at a certain time early in the morning. One of them, who never gets up early, is all of a sudden like an early riser, and they're all getting together and going somewhere in the morning. And Zeta decides to follow them along with another lady whose husband is involved. And they kind of figure that that they're all going to this psychiatrist, or this, I think she's a therapist, masquerading as a therapist. And this therapist is also an alien. This therapist is just like, programming these men to be to do certain things, and to just act a certain way. And basically there's kind of like a pod people kind of a thing going on with these men. They're acting weird and being kind of taken over by these aliens. And it's a really great mixture of what happened in the 50s back when women had to be, like seen and not heard, and just pretty much live those subservient lifestyles and mix it in with that sci-fi of the whole alien takeover thing, just for shits and giggles. And Lisa talks about in the back how her mother had a relationship with the guy, just like the character in the book, who was a writer. In fact, she includes a Polaroid photo of them, from 1959, I want to say. And Morissette has just so beautifully recreated. This looks just like her mother. The this character. I mean, she looks so much just like her. I mean, it's amazing how she made it look like the mother, and just worked it into the story. So I think that's pretty. If you like good indie stuff, there's no bang zoom fighting action going on, but just kind of a very cool story that's kind of weird and with great artwork. Like, it was like her friend cuts her fingers off, and she's like, "Oh, look at that! I just cut my fingers off," and she's realized that her friend is like one of the aliens now or some shit. It's really it's really a fun book to read, and it's great art. So man, I'm all in for this. However many issues it goes, I think it's a short series, but yeah, Howl from Ahoy Comics is absolutely still doing it. Yeah, yeah, Damien's liking it too. I think they refer to it in I think maybe just an homage to the Ginsberg poem. You would probably know better than I did, called Howl. I think it was it's from that era, because all these writers are kind of like aspiring to be like Ginsberg, and the guy that wrote On the Road, and uh, whose name escapes me right now. So I think that's what it's about. It's about that, but it's really a fun book, man.
Hey, look at that. You've got a convert in the chat doing the Lord's work, Lorenzo. You have officially inspired me to buy single issues. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, man. I've done my job. Action is my reward, as they say. All right. Yes, the famous beat poem. Yes. Beat. That beat era it sounds so cool in retrospect. They're like, oh, yeah, beat generation was so cool, man. But it just, it just died out, and it became the 60s, and then everybody went to the establishment and went to war, and they got wiped out, and it came Reagan. Anyway, long story. It came Kent State. All right, last book is one that I love a lot. I didn't know how much I loved it until this issue here, The Seasons #2. Another giant generator book from Rick Remender. He is the scriptor on this. Yep, he's a full writer, and the artist is Paul Azacita. I want to say Matthew Lopes is a colorist, and Russ Wooten is the letterer. All right, and we left off in issue #1, if you don't remember. Spring Seasons is this little, she's a little girl who's like the mail delivery person in this little small town. I think this takes place in this little pocket, I don't know, pocket universe or pocket timeline, which seems like it could be like in the 40s, 1940s, maybe somewhere around there, because there are some things that are modern. There are some things that are like, like newspapers and things like that are still a big deal back then. They're not now. But I think it is in our reality, but it's kind of like in the 1940s, maybe, I want to say. I'm just going to go with that, because she's delivering mail, with a little scooter and stuff like that. So Spring is giving up on trying to get her sister. Well, I should start at the beginning. Spring was sent a message from her other sister, Autumn, who's an adventurer. And Autumn told her, Spring, and her other sister, Winter, to get the hell out of town, because there's this crazy carnival coming to town, and some stuff's going to happen. That's all I can tell you right now, but get out of town. Yeah. Damien agrees too. The first one was kind of a setup. You know, you have to kind of like be there for like, okay, what's happening here? It was almost like, like I said, like a Mary Poppins thing where she was chasing that letter all over town. That was the whole issue. But I guess that was just it would actually just flow better in a trade. But that's the way issue number one sometimes are. So I'm glad we stuck with it though. It was really good. So Winter is an artist. Winter is like this brooding artist. You know, she's just like goth before there was goth. And Spring is trying to tell her, like, I got a letter from Autumn and you should get out of here because there's this crazy carnival coming and, you know, we need to be gone. And Winter is having none of it. So it's like, oh, well, what are we going to do? Her other sister, Summer is a famous movie star. And she is just like so full of herself. And she is just this prima donna. And she's on location somewhere. It's what makes me think it's like an older thing because it's like the press is there and they all dress like, you know, the old press people were with the flash bulbs and shit like that. And there's an operative. I don't want to give too much away, but Summer decides that, you know what? Someone tells her that, you know, you need to get back to your hometown now because a big festival is coming there and there's going to be like there's going to be a carnival. Oh, a carnival without me? I gotta be there. Then, of course, you know, being the narcissist that she is, he takes off heading back home where Autumn did not want any of them to be. Like, he's going to get the hell out of town, not come back to town. So now, Autumn, in the meantime, is having her own difficulties. It's like she's trapped in some kind of strange reality. I don't know how she got a letter to Spring, but she somehow got a letter to Spring, but she's having all kind of difficulties getting home. I guess we'll hear more about that in the subsequent issues. But anyway, Summer is coming back home. Winter's not going to leave. And Spring is just a delightful character. I love Spring. Spring she holds the whole thing together. But like you were saying about the kids in Stranger Things, they better not do anything to Spring. Spring is I love Spring, man. She's so cute. But she's the only thing that's holding this weird family together. Autumn is cool too, but she's like incognito. She's just away. She probably got away from her other two sisters. But man, Spring is just the rock of the family. And the crazy carnival was not featured in this issue, but you can tell there's gonna be some crazy shit happening with the carnival, and it's not going to be good things. They leave. And they show in the first issue how the carnival leaves the towns just in waste, and it's a really cool way they express a simple harmless thing like a carnival can just like destroy a town. So yeah, the Seasons is all that. I think this is another winner from the Rick Remender giant generator brand, but should we be surprised? I don't think so. Yeah, so. Pick it up, check it out, and man, you are welcome, sir. And that is what is good for this week. Thank you very much. That is it. Don't forget the tip on your way out. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Back to 2. I'll probably buy 8 to 10 a month. Nice. Very cool.
Very nice. What's good? Very good segment.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
As Damien said, cool picks. Shout out to Mojo88 who snuck in.
Hey, Mojo, I missed you there. There you are. You know, Bronze Face number 1. Wow. Haven't gotten it yet. Damn. Tell me to get on the ball, man. Make me have to call somebody. You know, I have juice. All right. Let's see. Let's move on to next week's comics.
All right, keep talking. I can hear you. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity. I know what I'm going to do. Perfect opportunity.
Streets of Brooklyn. We was rocking the same funky fresh rhymes with the comic books.
Don't tell Marcus. You're welcome. I know you love this song, folks.
Heroes and villains, they go our saviors from Spider-Man to Watchmen. We had it all. Comic book collectors, then in draw. The comic book
Why is this happening?
And now we're back. A commercial break. Yes, indeed. I've been hypnotized. Yes, I know. Dun, dun, dun. It's like Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
I sometimes wonder if I can be hypnotized because they say not everybody can be.
Everyone can be.
I think I'm one of the people that can't be, but I'm curious if that's wrong. I would love for
I love to see it too.
if someone could show me I'm wrong.
Vampire Al Capone. That's not one. That's one I have not seen. I do love some vampire books though. Huh.
Is that what it was, Janet? Okay.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. I never do that. Never troll anyone. Ever in life.
Completely innocent. Yes, I know. I'm aware of your innocence.
They say no one is innocent. All right. Where are we here? All right. Absolute Superman. All right. Man, is he on fire? That's crazy. I'm sure he'll be fine. The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. We're one away, folks. This is coming out every week now, isn't it? I mean, they were like every 2 weeks. Now they're like every week going to do the crossover with One World Under Doom and also like, reboot Spider-Man to #1 and still make us buy 2 books a month minimum.
The thing about the complaining about reboots is that
They keep happening.
we support them.
He keeps saying, I know, but
we complain, but then we go buy 6 different covers of the new #1. That's why they do it.
I'm only buying 1, so I'm not as bad.
You sure? Or are you counting online orders with that, boss?
Yep, I am.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Troll people with wisdom. Yeah, there you go. Anger. Truth, justice, tranquility, virginity.
In the American way, by God.
Trash virginity. All right. What else we got here? Well, I tell you, other than that, Batman and Robin, Action Comics. Any of these scratching the itch for you? No? Yes, no?
Kind of a heavy week for me. Next week.
Next week? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
Well, what? We got
you don't pull any of these at the top.
Got 11 books.
Really?
Absolute Superman's on my list. You know it. I finally read Absolute Superman. Right. It's pretty good.
You finally read it? Oh my God! Yes.
I really finally read it, and I like. People say that it's better. They rank Absolute Superman #1 and Absolute Wonder Woman #2. I'm gonna make them co-#1s though. I can't put one over the other. Absolute Superman probably has better art. And I really like the new setup for Superman. It's really interesting. So I totally get putting that #1. But I like the setup for Wonder Woman as well. I'm interested in it. I like the character. So go #1s for me.
It's hard for me to pick because I was down with Batman from the start. I'm gonna stick with Batman. I mean, they're both good.
See, I don't really like the Batman. I'm a hater. I'm like, I don't really like the Batman.
I know. You just got in for Batman. Batman in all incarnations. But Absolute Batman to me is better, especially the last issue. Have you read #5? Are you still pulling it? Please tell me.
I am still pulling it. I think I might be behind 4 and 5, although I think I did read 4.
Okay.
So I think I'm just behind 5.
Let me know when you read 5 what you think. I think 5 kind of grounds it a little bit more for me. Once they're through with the whole origin story and all that, then I think I'll feel better about it. Here's one we can relate to. It's we can both agree upon at least. Is Geiger.
That is on my pull list.
Mm-hmm.
You know it is.
The glowing lady. She doesn't seem to be happy. Doesn't seem to be maybe not a friend of the glowing man.
Absolute Nat Man is fire.
Oh God.
Some good commie shit, he says. No, I'm pumped for Geiger. We're seeing some elements of Ghost Machine come together in this book, which is really exciting, at least for me, to see Junkyard Joe be in the same panel as Geiger. Finally, after this long wait that we've seen, to have Redcoat hanging around, you feel like he might be making an appearance in this book soon. So I'm loving that we're seeing some of these characters come together here, and I'm really interested in this chick on the cover, this glowing woman, what her story is.
Absolute Batman. I mean,
hype. I love it.
Yes, that's right. Finally. You count on that. All right, where are we at? Yeah, Geiger. This I love me some design covers. Just kick on that. Come on. You're running a little slow. A little more RAM I need here. Oh, this is a Junkyard Joe design variant. This in landscape. Gary Frank wrap around. Really? What's on the other side? Yeah, tell us on the other side, man. You should have showed the full thing. Okay, design of Junkyard Joe. You know, I love me some Junkyard Joe, and I love me some design variants. My two worlds are colliding. Martin Morazzo has a cover here. Pretty basic.
Shout out to the homie, aggressively relaxing, sneaking in. Absolute Universe is awesome. Wonder Woman painted her face with the blood of her enemies and called out God. Woo!
Okay, Yar, that's pretty hard to top. All right, I got you. That's pretty fucking dope right there. I got you. All right. It might be the best one right now. You know, of a commie friend.
Hey, you call it. You call it commie. I call it populist. Storage Ford.
Potato, huh?
There's a difference, I think.
Yeah, I do love that aspect. I mean, that makes to me Superman more relatable. That he comes from the working class, and so I don't know. But anyway, I'm looking for that second printing of number 10 with the first appearance of Glowing Lady on the cover. Haven't been able to find one yet. Not
Don't
gonna pay a lot
overpay.
For it.
Don't pay more for that cover than you. If you can get Geiger number 1 from the first volume for less money, then buy that instead.
Oh, I got a couple of those already. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to overpay for it. No. I'm looking for a deal from my comic shop. One of those middle of the night deals. Oh, here's one for like $5. Oh, I'll take it. Man, Aquaman. Aquaman is on number 3. I guess it's in the All-In universe, not on the absolute Aquaman is not coming out just yet. Not just yet. Red Coat, number 10, also coming out. West Coast Avengers. Are you reading that or just pulling it?
I am reading it. I read the first issue, maybe the first 2. I can't remember. I enjoyed the first issue. There was some funny callbacks to the volume 2 of West Coast Adventures. I enjoyed. They put Iron Man in some funny situations that I enjoyed. I don't know how I feel about Blue Bolt. I don't know how I feel about what they're doing with Firestar. I don't know how I feel about Ultron, but we're giving it a go. We're back. I'm down for it.
Yeah. I mean, you're a big fan of the West Coast Avengers, so I can totally relate.
Childhood thing right there.
Even Space Ghost, Luciano Vecchio. I think they're in a relation to Luana, but they're both equally good artists. Well, who does this A cover here? The main, I've kind of overlooked that one. Is that Ben Harvey? Oh, one that's banging. Ben Harvey does some great stuff.
Yeah, I like that cover. I can't tell who that is if it's supposed to be Blue Bolt. It doesn't look like Blue Bolt.
Right here in the middle?
Yeah.
Looks almost like the Vision, but not the Vision, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that's supposed to be.
It's a new
Maybe I need to read. Maybe I need to read more of the book.
I know, right? And the 1 in 25, Jan Buzladulu. Yes, that guy, Jan. Jan, hello, Jan. This is your
Basel Dua.
Easy for you to say.
Nailed it.
Basel Dua. any Basel Dua, that's right. Yes. All right, so West Coast Avengers. Still going, and one of Marcus's favorites.
Every issue ever. I own it.
Every issue ever printed. Every run.
Every run. There's not a single of West Coast Avengers issue. Now, I don't have every cover, but I have every issue.
I see. Okay. Especially lately. They're making lots of covers lately,
Yeah.
The Moon is Following Us is from Daniel Warren Johnson. I heard that it's very good, but I just, after the first issue, I should have kept pulling it, but I had to cut some stuff, and it probably is good because he makes a lot of good stuff.
I hear people loving it. I finally read the first issue. I'm interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped because I wanted to start taking notes. I might try and build a video on that one as well.
Okay. Oh, Hellhunters. Headhunters. I'm grabbing the Hellverine every once in a while, but I haven't got into Hellhunters so much. I think that's like isn't it Hellverine's team? No, not Hellverine. Maybe it's the Ghost Rider's team or something. I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff on I don't know. I don't know who the hell it is. Wait a minute.
I think it's something like that.
Space Ghost number 11 next week. Are they going like Spider-Man? That's impossible now. Come on. Not every week. Come on, Space Ghost. Don't do that to me. Please don't do that. Maybe it won't come out to another. I just pull this, man. Come on. I can't read it every week. I'm already behind. Come on, man. Come on, man. Rogue Sun already at 25. Wow, so glad it could make it. So glad you could make it, Rogue Sun. And is anyone reading Namor? Anyone? Hands? Show of hands. Is there any like legacy character that is more, you could say Wonder Woman too, that is more like, I don't know, disrespected and just not lack of interest, but it is it has such gravitas, or I guess I don't know if it's the right word, but it's like it has such, if not for the fact that he's been around since the the golden age, would Namor be just like, shit can to like, just obscurity somewhere, Thoughts?
I don't know.
Namor, one way or another.
And John makes a good point that Dynamite's probably making up for delays.
Oh! I've been so behind. I just didn't even realize that they were delayed. Like, that makes sense. Thank you, John. Did not realize that. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, God bless. Snot Girl. Has anybody read Snot Girl? I have the Snot Girl like image first, but I have not had a chance to read it yet. I think that's pretty good too. All right. Nick Fury and Fin Fang Foom. I have several questions. Number one is why. I guess why? Because we can. The same reason the dog licks his nuts. We will make a book about Nick Fury, and one of the most unheralded, characters from the 1950s when Jack Kirby was still drawing the monster books. And what the hell? And Nick Fury, who is, marginal at best, he's got to be in a book with somebody else to be relevant. But enough is enough. I've had it with these motherfucking dragons on this motherfucking helicarrier. That's what I'm saying. And this is not Samuel L. Nick Fury that's saying it either. It's the original Nick Fury. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Fin Fang Foom, man. Say no more. Yeah. Are you pulling this one?
Nah. Last time I saw Fin Fang Foom was in that Beta Ray Bill series with Daniel Warren Johnson in 2021.
That was an excellent use of Fin Fang Foom right there. I mean, that was excellent. Yeah, that was a great series. I got to get that trade. My number one is graded and signed by DWJ himself. Unfortunately, it came out as a 7.5, so it's completely worthless other than just the fact that I have his signature, which is why I'm keeping it slabbed. Otherwise, I just probably break it out and just start reading it. But
sentimental to you.
Sentimental to me, that's all it is. You know, I got this. I may never see the man again in life, so I got his signature on that slab. It's verified, so that's good enough for me.
Jalen the dragon.
You can ride one of my cars. Yeah, you know, Nick, I'll tell you what I love, John. I love the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. run, especially the ones done by Steranko. Even though there's not a key in the bunch, you know, that number one still goes for a good price. Cause I can't upgrade my copy of number one. I want to get another copy of it. It's still so pricey. But man, I just love the way that Steranko was pretty much just like allowed to just do whatever he wanted with that book. You know, because he came into the office and saying like, "Which one you want to do here?" You know, I'll do Nick Fury. He ended up doing the Shield series once he stopped doing the not the Tales of Suspense, but it was Tales of Suspense where Fury was the cold stories. But he just like, yeah, I mean, let me do Fury, and he did the hell out of Nick Fury. Even yeah, man, I love that run, man, and just like he totally made that character. And those books right now are hot, and that's the only reason that they're hot because of Steranko's art and the things he did, experimenting with all that psychedelic art that he used to do. Because Steranko, he actually worked at ad agencies, but he didn't need them. He didn't need the money. He didn't need the job. You know, he was doing so much. He was like being like a escape artist, and he was doing all kinds of shit. So he didn't really even need Marvel. I mean, he was doing it when he felt like it, and that run was just epic. That's what I love about Nick Fury. Is that's my favorite run of Nick Fury right there. Absolutely. All right, so coming on down the list, Star Trek, number 30. That's one of those licensed things. Flash Gordon, number 7. That's another book I got to catch up on to see if it's worth it. I've heard so many good things about it. After I read issue number 1, I kind of fell behind. I got to catch up and see if it's good. I've heard there's a cliffhanger in every series, in every issue, just like the serial from the 1930s, which a lot of us may have seen as kids. You know, like replayed on local TV. So I got to catch up on that. What else we got here? Detective Comics number 31, Facsimile. This I'm excited about. Even though the chances of me owning this book are slim to none. And and DC does those facsimiles really well. So, and that's an iconic cover. Yeah. Is that the cover of what's that book that you got signed for me, or the book you bought for me when you went to that show? That was a homage to that cover. That was
an homage to Neil Adams' homage of this cover.
That was an homage of an homage. Woof.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind, man.
Because that Neil Adams Batman cover is an homage to this cover. And the Red Room cover that you have is an homage to Neil Adams cover.
Correct. Okay. So, but yeah, this is detective number 31, so it's not that far off of 27. So this book is worth probably $100,000 or something like that, you know. So, even a shitty copy is probably within several thousands. You know, so getting this, just having this cover, this iconic cover, and the original format that it was, except it was a little bit more narrow because it was wider back then. And it cost $7 to make it now, as opposed to 10 cents. Other than that, it's the same book. So I'm gonna get it. Gonna get it anyway. Doesn't matter. To be honest, a lot of the stories back then were kind of just thrown together and like, okay, we need some filler. Let's have this B cover, this B list story, come on. All right, The Hive #2. Talked about that last week and what's good. That's going to be something. I think there's going to be a theme with these covers here. I see what they're doing there with the bees and all that jazz. There's also going to be a Saga of the Swamp Thing. This is a much more recent book, but I want this one too. It's also from DC. This is a pricey book, but it's doable. If you want to reach into the piggy bank and grab it. But I've never owned this book. I don't think I've ever read it. First appearance of John Constantine is the relevance it has. You ever have this one, or you ever read that one?
No, I'm not up on the Swamp Thing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I believe this was from it's got to be from the Alan Moore run, which is the much heralded run of Swamp Thing, as opposed to any other. Which I'm gonna probably get in trade one day so I can read it and see what all the hubbub is about. I heard it was a very good run of Swamp Thing. You dig? Oh man, Mine's a Long Lonesome Grave. I gotta read. I haven't read that yet. I mean, there's so many things. I'll probably hopefully be next week. What's good, if it's any good? That's one thing I'm looking forward to, because it looks really good from Oni Press. It's a long and lonesome road. String #4, the penultimate issue of String. There's that word again. It's pretty good. It's the woman, the woman who can see like strings between people who have either had sex or who have murdered someone, and that's quite a thing. All right, this one, Defiant. What have you heard about Defiant from Distillery, if anything?
Not a here.
Not a zip damn thing. Huh? All right. Well, it just so happens I have, because this was very close to being the penultimate book this week, and since it was, I actually I was able to find a trailer for it. So Defiant. This is the trailer for the Defiant series right now. Interesting. Hey, Phantom Geek. Party starts when you get here, bro. Don't worry about it. You're not late. And Constantine is a great character too. All right, so this Defiant here. This is actually, it is the science fiction debut from Chuck Austin, and is ironically his last comic book work. What it says here. So Chuck Austin is known for his writing, and he's also an artist too. He's done some artwork. He was kind of lambasted for his for his X-Men work. It was a run, I guess, he did on X-Men, but the X-Men were not pleased with it. But hey, that's a tough crowd. That's a tough crowd, I tell you. I don't get no respect at all. And on his final mission, Sandusky returned to the Star to reclaim his son Devon's body and uncover the truth surrounding his death. Light years from home, among a cascade, if you will, of twisted metal, Sandusky finds Devon, his body entombed in the remains of the ship, the Defiant, lost in a massive battle that sparked an intergalactic war. But nothing is what it seems as Sandusky digs deeper. he and his aliens, or his allies, he and his allies, I can't see. He and his allies are drawn into a galaxy spanning mystery, one that holds secrets for darker and more complex than anticipated. Okay. So, they talk about the stuff here, and there's some pretty. Pat Olaf, who's doing the interior art, has done some other a variant cover here. This with some other variant covers. This is Ariel Olivetti. There's a grim look on that lion's face. Very humanoid. Mm, French fried potatoes and that potted meat. All right. What else? And of course, is Dan Panosian. Dan, the master himself. Love that guy's work, man. It's just banging, I tell you. Who's this? This is Fernando Blanco, 1 in 25. Huh. It sounds like it could be a decent story. I don't know. I don't know if I'll, to be honest, will be grabbing it. I think the man deserves a chance. This is his swan song for comics. He's retiring and doing something else. I hope so. That he loves to do. But man, they were just like giving him the flux. I think in this guy's comment here of what he did on some X title. I forget which one, but I'll give him, give him the benefit of the doubt here, perhaps, perchance. All right, so since, oh yeah, look at this. Chip Zdarsky's comic news is coming out next week. I was telling you what I heard through the grapevine. Am I the last one to hear this? That Chip is going to be writing Captain America coming up soon. You heard that?
I did not. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So I'm getting away from mainstream comics, man. But if Chip's going to tackle Cap, man, I love Cap, and I really like Chip's take on things. Yeah, I might be coerced into actually reading that, at least the first few issues. Yeah. It might be in the newsletter. It may be in the one that's upcoming here. We'll see about that. All right. So what else we looking at here? We're looking at oh yeah, Love and Rock. Is Love and Rockets number 16? It's been out for. I mean, this book has been around forever. Is this like another volume of Love and Rockets? I wonder. I don't know because I know the brothers. There are two brothers that do this book. Let me share this damn page. You can see what I'm talking about here. Gilbert and Jaime Hernandez, and I know they do like different storylines. They have different styles, and I think they have different characters, if I'm not mistaken. And so I guess this is one of those books that could go on endlessly in different ways, and people grow up and stuff like that. It's like a comic that ages. I think this is very different than a lot of comics. So this is like almost like a hastily put together cover. It's like, yeah, let's use the sketch cover. But they have a strong fan base. This is an oversized $7 cardstock book here. So just thought I'd show some love to Love and Rockets. Dark Pyramid. And also let's not sleep on Bronze Faces, which is actually coming out. Number 2 is coming out next week. We talked to Shobo a couple of weeks ago. He was saying that it'll be out in mid-March, and he was correct on that. It's just, I think that's this is the Junie Ba cover here. Gotta get that one. Junie Ba and Bronze Faces. Oh my God. Somebody doing a stage leap here. It's pretty cool. And then there's a Schultz's cover is a 1 in 10. Okay. Nice. Yeah, Schultz heavily into animation. You can tell by his style. He's a really good animator. All right. What was that? Oops. Oh, God. I lost it. Oh, here we go. We're back there. All right. This was another one that was a contender. Was Dark Pyramid. Dark Pyramid is a Mad Cave joint. And Mad Cave is notorious for making great stuff. Huki Hidalgo, adventurous and popular live streamer, has gone missing while climbing Mount Denali in Alaska. When his girlfriend Becca arrives at the base of the mountain to retrace his steps, he soon discovers something beyond the dreamy and impressive landscape. There's a conspiracy deep within the heart of Denali itself, a dark pyramid, silent, waiting. Becca and the scores of Huki fans determined to either find him or find some fun. Whichever comes first. We find this guy's fine. Not, we have some fun, right? Hey, gives a fuck. We'll face death, avalanches, and monsters to find the truth. Is it just me, but I have zero interest in climbing a mountain. Climbing a mountain anywhere near than like looking at the mountain and like, yep, there it is. That mountain looks great, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, let's go home. Fuck climbing a mountain. Now your ass is trapped on the mountain. You gotta spend like, $1 million to rescue your ass from the mountain because you got stuck up there. You didn't bring enough food, or an avalanche happened, or like, oh my God, is it just me? Am I being too harsh on mountain climbers? I don't know.
I don't it's each their own.
To each their own for damn sure, man. But, people always crying about, tax dollars and all that shit. How about the tax dollars rescuing people who climbed the mountain who had a perfectly good opportunity to not climb that mountain, but yet decided to climb that mountain anyway. And they got stuck on that mountain. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit hard. I've been known as a difficult man, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But anywho, that aside, Dark Pyramid felt like it could be interesting. This is from Paul Tobin, who as you know from what's our thing that we used to is there sickness?
Is there sickness? Yeah, Bunny Mask.
Yes. Bunny Mask, our beloved Bunny Mask. God love her. It's the John McCrae variant. Kind of cool. I'm curious about what the whole Dark Pyramid. I didn't know until just now. That's how non-mountain climbing a guy I am, that I didn't realize that the Denali is in Alaska. I thought it was like somewhere in Europe or somewhere. Oh, it's in Alaska? I'm sure whoever you are, Juno. Shout out Juno. I'm sure. I'm so sorry. I'm ashamed I didn't know that. This is the 1 in 10 Allison Sampson variant, which may be the best cover. Pretty dope. Dark Pyramid. There it is, folks. Make it happen. All right. Well, I said there were many books that were runners-up. Unlike last week, there's no appearance from Slim Pickens this week. So there is a penultimate book. And we reached that magic time. It's time to reveal it. So here it is. Sir Bob. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, I had to do a little clever skipping around to avoid it. I'm surprised you didn't see it right away. This week, that book is called, what the hell is it called again? It's called Assorted Crisis Events. What a name. What a freaking name. And God bless them, I believe they do have a what do you call their a trailer. And we're going to look at that trailer right now. Huh. Trippy. All right. Oh, John, it used to be called Mount McKinley. Did it really? Interesting. Denali sounds cooler. All right. Uh, oh yeah. Oh man, obscure man. I'm sorry about that. I gotta do another printing of all those books, and that's something I've been putting off, but I need to get on that and just go ahead and bite the bullet, and maybe I'll do a Kickstarter for that. I make or just like reach in my own pocket and finance it myself. I don't know. We'll see.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. See, test your capability of raising money on Kickstarter. See what you got going.
Yeah, just I could just do that and combine stuff I've already got finished and just do a compilation of all the first 2 issues and the Benny book that is also sold out right now. So it's pretty much my most popular character is. I can see. All right, this assorted crisis event thing was going on. Time is having a crisis. Mingling in the red light district, you can find actual cavemen, medieval knights, and cyborg soldiers on leave from World War IV? Holy shit. Victorian debutantes amble their way into cell phone stores, confused and bewildered. What is a daily plan? On their way to work, bleary-eyed commuters get trapped in time loops, assaulted by alternative reality versions of themselves, and try to avoid post-apocalyptic wastelands. And look, the 315 bus just took a wrong turn into the Neolithic era. Ha! Rising stars Dennis Camp and Eric Zavaldi, and Eisner winners Jordi Belair, and oh my God, butcher this man's name again. Hassan Asman Ilau, I want to say, but please forgive me, are proud to present assorted crisis events, an ongoing zigzagging anthology series about the compromised cliques of our clocks, full of one-shot stories, both beautiful and ugly, tragic and redemptive, surreal and somehow all too familiar. Wow. How you like that?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Dennis Camp is all these people got juice, over B here. Stippen. Yeah. In times. I'm all about it, man. And then there's a Mike Del Mundo variant, which is a 1 in 25. This is an image joint. It's fairly well ordered too, but it's not super obscure. But I think a lot of people may have missed it. So it's obscure. How about you, obscure comics and manga? Were you up on this one? We're both of us into the obscure. No, I am, and you apparently are as well. But man, this to me was the most intriguing thing for next week. So I had to, it was kind of high on the list. I thought this was more deserving of the beloved penultimate book mantle, and I think it will wear it well, if you will. And I think you will. So that is your penultimate book, folks. Assorted crisis events. Not to be confused.
Very nice.
Thank you. Not to be confused with assorted crisis on ultimate on Infinite Earths. Whole different thing. Actually never heard of it. Yeah. It makes 2 of us until like a couple of days ago. That's the first time I should say I ever heard of it. Okay. Now, coming on down this list, and we jet past everything else that we already looked at. The last thing I want to take a look at Let's see. Gotcha Man, Only One Earth. It's a very cool cover. I'm not a Gotcha Man fan though. There's another, like probably a foil version of the Detective 31, which, you know, they had foil versions back in 1941, 1937, whenever the hell it came out. Last one is from our guys, American Nature. Greg and Fake, excuse me, not Doug and Fake. The other team. Santos Sisters number 8. Don't miss the thrilling conclusion to "What time is it?" as Morris Day would say, as Todd's delivery faces a ticking clock. Wow. Will he deliver a 10 o'clock package? Will he deliver a 10 o'clock package? Or will Sergeant Murder and Agent XU, how do you pronounce that, ruin his plans? Plus, Dirk's militia battles the unpredictable Crazy 8-Ball, and Monroe's sinister drug trade targets vulnerable senior citizens. You know, I know who most of these people are that they're talking about. Most y'all don't. You should be reading Santos Sisters. It's Crazy 8-Ball is just like this bald-headed black chick that does crazy shit, and she's like a crazy ex-girlfriend of somebody or something. And what's that? The handsome barbarian. That's not Dirk. Who is he? He's the maybe it's no Dirk. Dirk is the handsome barbarian, I think, or something. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. And here's like a backup cover here. This is the 1 in 15. Fake Petrie. So there it is. Santos Sisters number 8. They usually are not continued issues. They're kind of like I wouldn't say like horror like Ice Cream Man, but they're kind of standalone issues as they are. But American Nature, Floating World Comics, Santos Sisters, Greg and Fake, love you guys. You're doing great stuff, and I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to this because I am subbed to Santos Sisters, and I will be pulling this when it comes out. If you're not subbed, yeah, that's right. Damien knows the deal. He knows the deal. He's down there in Portland, along with all that exciting stuff that's going on with the Santos Sisters and Floating World Comics. Bam. There it is. We're back into the Alfred Hitchcock Dome. Psycho. No, Vertigo. Psycho's, that's a whole different story. All right. So that's all we got. That's all we got for this week. How about any final words you want to before you face the firing squad? Anything else?
We'll be back next week, Monday nights with JP's Budget Collecting, Tuesday nights on my channel for FOC and Chill, then right back here, same bat time, same bat channel for another new comic book day. Can't wait.
I could not have said it better myself, and definitely not succinctly. Well, thank you, son. Thank you for everyone who stopped by, everyone who watched on the replay, and folks who just chimed in and stopped in for a minute, and the folks who stuck around to the end. We love you all. We love you all. This is just a fun little party we have every Wednesday. Hey, show up when you can. You know, you're never late. Whenever you get here, the party's just starting. So, yeah. So, son, man, I've been enjoying your team up with JP and the FOC and Chill lurking in the background and all that stuff. And hey, you know, if you can make it back next week, I appreciate it. God willing, and the creek don't rise, we will be back. So until then, peace and love to everyone. Good night.
We love you, Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.